What I'm doing, my role as producer, is I'm helping to complete the songs and, put the icing on the cake. And my favorite part of this whole process is being in the studio tweaking knobs. I'm hearing more of a grindy kind of a sound, grindy kind of a sound. Does that have more of that in it? Where it gets dirtier? Almost a distorted kind of a... Hey, can I hear that? Something like that, dude? I grew up in the studio, going in and out of studios my entire life. I know what I want, I know what I hear, I know how to achieve that, and everyone's happy with the results. And the fact that Frontiers has put their faith in me to produce says a lot, and it's very humbling.
When I first started working with Michael, I didn't know that he was going to take on the production tasks. I thought, well, I know him as a singer and a great guy, and when he got involved in working on these songs from a production standpoint, the sonic atmosphere of the record and how everything just sounds fantastic and the arrangements are beautiful, he had a lot to do with that, because on the first record especially, I would send in things that were in really rough form. It surprised me because he did what I wouldn't have even thought of doing, very creative. I mean, he brought in, keys and and effects and did arrangements that were really unexpected and interesting. And I just have a certain way of arranging things just out of habit. And it was great because he took this sort of objective viewpoint that I wouldn't have never considered and took it to another unique place. So I really appreciate what he did on a sonic level, on an arrangement level.
Well, I've been working with Michael since late 90s, long before our recording studio. Michael and I, since then, have made 10 records together, which has been a blast. And he knows what he wants, which is awesome. He, every time we work on a part, he's the guy that's sitting in the back of the room and notices one little thing and jumps up and says, "Hey, try this," and everybody gets excited because they're always good ideas.
Oh, the verse. Oh yeah, just let's come up with something more special. Right now it's a little blasé, I mean, you're playing the right part, it works, but it's just not quite going.
And we really get into trying to get the best sounds on everything, and he's always got the best players and just good people. He's got the ability to hear, if we're working on a background vocal part that's, got 5 or 6 different parts to it. When we're working on the first layer, he has the ability to hear the whole thing in his head. So when there's 3 or 4 people out there singing and they're just singing one note, he knows what the next 4 things that are going to happen are.
Because I'm afraid if we build up too much vibrato, it's going to become washy and crazy. It's still timing. We got to get the timing a little better, mainly on old chain. So
there's people that just kind of have that naturally, and Michael's one of those people. And you can tell also that Michael spent a lot of time sitting around playing guitar and really working on his chops, because he's a great guitar player. He never really talks about himself like that. I don't even know if he thinks of himself like that, but he's an amazing guitar player.
Michael's great because he's very fastidious and he kind of understands where the song is going to end up. So, you get into studios sometimes with producers who aren't quite sure they're looking for the magic, Michael kind of understands, this is what I got, these are the players I got, I know what they do, and I know what the final picture is going to be. And so, again, makes Brian and my job way easier because we have absolute direction and we don't have to sit around and kind of poke around and try things. We can kind of just do a lot of what we do, but within context and in service to the music that we're doing here.
Can we do something a little different on this chorus, guys? It'll put a big old smile on my face.
What do you like?
You know how you're just hanging on that note, riding it? Is it an A?
Yes.
Okay. Instead of do a go back and forth between the octave, up high.
All right.
Just to make that bass pop out a little bit more on this chorus and make it a little more special.
Yeah, do something else. I got something else. I got another trick up my sleeve if you like. For the D, I can go to a sub D, tune it down real quick.
Why not? Let's make this chorus really have its own thing. That'd be cool.
Michael's got a super open mind to try different things, and you know, he knows exactly what he wants. That's always true, but then he's also just open and super creative and wants to hear what people are willing to kind of bring to the table as well, which I think is, you know, that's kind of the mark of a truly creative person, I think.
Pulling the best out of people really is crucial to make a great album. You know, I don't want to dictate to these guys what to do and say, hey, do this and this only, and then it limits what they can really do. I keep saying to these guys, man, what are you hearing there? Give that to me. As long as the accents are there and the pushes and pulls are there, you know, I want to hear you instead of just a regular, typical fill. I said to Brian, what would you do? And he did that. He did something. I'm like, dude, do that. That's awesome. You know, I want to bring out the best in them, and I try.
I've worked with a lot of producers where it's not a good fit, but he fell right into it, and he was a natural.